It was an old fracture. So they found out that he'd never been fixed up, so he fractured it last year playing league. They're going to top 6 and then you go to top 4. Oh, Christ, what was it?
Do you know how, explain to us how the final...
8?
No, explain to us how the final system works then. Do you know how...
No, you explain. Mate, we got 3 Wallabies out. Tom Liner, our 5'8", Luca and Sua'ali'i, Lotto, our second row, Wallaby second row. Yeah.
There goes the main plan, mate.
DSPN, the Devlin Sports Podcast Network.
It's Thursday. It means he's back again. Our good old mate, Greg Martin, former Wallaby fullback. He hosts or co-hosts the Triple M Breakfast show out of Brisbane. And they just rate their absolute yah-yahs off. Last week, you had the tooth problem. Give us that back. What do you got?
Oh, look at that.
Whoa, hello.
Now, I didn't realise teeth were under warranty because I went to pay going, a dentist expensive in New Zealand as well.
Hello. That's why most people don't go, mate. Right?
All right. So he did it 2.5 years ago, stuck new teeth over my disgusting pegs and then fixed it up. I went to pay and the girl said, no, it's under warranty. Did you know you could have body parts under warranty?
I like that. That is, so I tell you what, you can get them capped these days, can't you? I mean, well, how about putting some diamonds in like the NBA players and the rappers do? Yeah,
right. Okay. I struggle to pay anyway. I'm not putting extras in there.
When the Wallabies retain or regain the Bledisloe Cup, why don't you make that promise to yourself? Get some Aussie and get some bling put on.
Oh, that's not bad. Green and gold bottom teeth. They're already green and brown, so I just have to get the browns. Don't worry. Did I say the Australians would beat the
you did. At the start of the year, I think you did as well. And also beat the Lions, and I think it was from there rebounding back to reclaim the World Cup, but I'll have to check that third one. However, you've got a couple of teams that look as though they are going to go through to the Super Rugby playoffs. I mean, Brumbies are right there. But this Reds team of yours, what a matchup this weekend away to those blokes, and you owe them one because they did beat you in Brisbane.
Mate, we got 3 Wallabies out. Tom Liner, our 5'8", Luca and Sua'ali'i, Lotto, our second row, Wallaby second row. Yeah.
There goes the main plan, mate. Yeah, forget that then. We're gone.
I know. We might be in a bit of trouble. Plus, going to Canberra after Easter is like going to New Zealand. It's too bloody cold for Queenslanders. So, no, we will not win this weekend. I don't know. What do we got? 2 more weeks after this. We might just scrape into the finals. I saw somebody projecting their top 6 and what the semis are going to look like, or whatever you call top. What are they going? They're going to top 6 and then you go to top 4. Oh, Christ, what was it?
Do you know how? Explain to us how the final. 8? No, explain to us how the final system works. Then, do you know how?
You explain.
Do you know how it works?
Top 8, then to 6. Don't they only not get rid of 2 teams the first week or something?
Yeah. So what it is? 1 plays 6, 2 plays 5, 3 plays 4. Yeah. So
we'll end up playing the Crusaders.
The best loser gets another bite of the cherry. Yeah.
What's that about?
Well, I suppose they're trying to do, and there's 11 teams. They're trying to stretch this out as long as they can for the broadcasters and everything.
I know.
But when it comes to
the leagues,
you've got this, and that is a really tricky fixture. Then the following week, you're home to the Hurricanes.
Yeah.
So it don't get much easier, mate.
We may be in trouble. We'll either finish 5th or 6th, the Reds, and we're trying to. No, you won't avoid. We'll either be playing the Chiefs or the Crusaders. So we'll be bundled out early, and that'll be okay because then our players can rest up for when we're ready to beat the British Lions.
No, Joseph Sua'ali'i. Well, you're hoping he's going to come back. When is it? July that you're playing the Lions, isn't it? I mean,
you know what? I spoke to my nephew is his best mate from school. Okay, it's still great mates. They were together the other night. In fact, my brother-in-law went home with them to the parents, and anyway, they're tight. It was an old fracture. So they found out that he'd never been fixed up, the fractured jaw, when he copped the knee from Kellaway the other night. I don't know if you saw it, from his teammate.
Yep.
It was an old fracture that got opened up. So he fractured it last year playing league and had never been diagnosed.
Wow.
He'd been playing all the time. Anyway, so without him,
wouldn't you know when you churn a bit of steak? Was that, oh, God, wouldn't you?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you know? They're actually built a sterner stuff, these blokes, aren't they? I mean, that's the whole thing.
Different to us. No, we were like that. Didn't care. But without him, we're in trouble. With him, we're in enough trouble anyway if we don't have him. That British Lions squad, oh, my God. Their third team could beat us at this stage. So I'm very worried. I know they'll be the big fat bastards. They'll all be coming from England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland. And they'll be putting a lot of money into the economy. That's the important thing for Rugby Australia. But what this Wallaby team really needs to do, if rugby wants to become big again, we need to beat them. We need to beat you guys, because winning is the only thing that matters. Otherwise, people don't want to know about it on a Monday. They go, no, I don't watch the Wallabies. They have nothing to do with me. But if they start winning, they come out of the woodwork over here.
The last time we had a Lions tour here, what was it, 2017, then it was 2005 before that. I'm just stunned at the amount that travel. Like, I don't know when they get their holidays or whatever, but, the amount of fans that come over here, and they're all spending, of course, I suppose it's 3-1, isn't it? They come over here with the euro and they come over to New Zealand, and the €100, they get $300, mate. They go, yahoo!
You should be charging them by the kilos. They're
eating and drinking.
Tax or something. A fart tax, that should be it, because they eat and drink like nothing else. Yeah. They take cabs, they stay in fancy hotels, they pump so much money. Have I ever told you the story? They reckon the 2003 Rugby World Cup here in Australia pumped more money by a lot into the economy than the Sydney Olympics in 2000. So these blokes, you can't just have, because the Sydney Olympics was old people toddling along with their thermos of tea and some sandwiches. Whereas you get people for rugby tours, these blokes just pump the economy full of stuff.
Magic round. It's magic round for about 3 months, mate. Yes. So you went down and you beat New South Wales in Sydney, though. Okay, so how good was that? As a Queenslander, how much do you love that?
Especially winning late, mate. It is magnificent, because what you love is to make, and New South Wales people, I've spoken about it, like Auckland people think their poo doesn't smell and, we're superior to everyone else. And then you pull the rug from them and they go, what happened there? We do it every year at Origin and we love it. And that's what
No, you didn't do it last year. No, you didn't do it last year. You had the third game at home and you couldn't lose that, remember?
I forgot you were a New South Wales Blues fan.
That's right, I'm a cockroach, mate.
All Kiwis are supposed to be Queensland fans because you're like us. You're the underdogs. You're the Pakistan to our India.
Apparently so. Well, what about that place, eh? So how about Ricky Ponting convincing his players to stay there? Here's Pat Cummins' missus going, the stadium lights went out and somebody said, we've got to get out of here. No one would say what was going on.
Marty, do you realise he was on the plane? He had a chance to get out of India and he went, nah. I'm getting off this plane, a very good, solid plane. And he said, no, I'm doing the right thing and going back. Who goes back? Good Lord, Ricky Ponting.
No, getting paid.
Must have had a girlfriend.
Or something. And so let's just finish on the rugby league, because your Dolphins got the Warriors this weekend. And that is...
We got you.
You think so?
That's my bet of the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What have you guys been doing? You went to Magic Round 2 weekends ago. I don't think you've been home since. So therefore, you will be so homesick. It's like dessert. You've already jammed in a bit of entree, then you jammed last weekend in the main. 3 weeks away from home for these boys. They won't be able to cope. You know how they were when they were over here for a whole year? That was their shit year. I'm sorry, but the Dolphins are specials to beat you.
7-2 at the moment, the Warriors, though. It's pretty lofty heights, isn't it, eh? The air up there, rarefied. Compared to the Broncos side, who were 4-1, as I keep reminding Lachlan, were 4-1, and you take out the Doggies, mate, you've lost 4 out of the last 5. So Madge is obviously working his magic, isn't he? Because he's come in, he's brought the hard with him. No more painted fingernails, no more gold chains and nightclub dancing. Right. These guys are going to knuckle down and they're going to become real, right? Well, what's happened?
Well, we're welcome to Brisbane. This is it. There's so much backslapping goes on here, Marty. So at the start of the year, and Lachlan, your producer, being a Broncos fan, would understand, they were vomiting and everyone went, whoa, players vomiting at training and stuff. This is amazing. I don't think there's enough vomiting going on right now. I think the vomiting's eased off. Do you know the last 3 weeks, the second half score has been 52-8 against the Broncos?
Did you know that, Lachlan?
They need more vomiting.
They didn't need that, Lachlan. Did you hear that? Like 52-8, Lachlan.
52-8. I don't know. So they're not trying. They've lost their hard edge already. These blokes are pumped up rock stars, like I told you they were last year. So all they have to do is go okay, and everyone backslap. Oh, good on you! You blokes are champions. It's if I got hold of them, they'd be.
So they still walk around town like that. They've still got that. Like, Brisbane still loves them.
All right, and social media just makes it worse, mate, because all the chicks want to get onto them on Instagram, and God, I'd get down there and get a pair of scissors, cut all the dickhead haircuts off, and take all their nail polish and all that nonsense. And this weekend we got Ezra Mann, the druggie. But what rugby league loves, Marty, is redemption stories.
Well, there's one every week. One every week. Hey,
that's because there's a rugby league player being let out of jail every day of the
Flash us those whites again.
Yes, mate. No problems at all.
DSPN.